So we're going for a little bit of care of the hamstrings, bit of looking after the hamstrings. If you've strained the hamstrings, sometimes you get a lot of, say, running, stopping, starting sports. So you're standing around a while, then you're sprinting. These might get a bit tight, or there's different injuries, but I'm not going to them. But this is more of a bit of care, to keep yourself going, a bit of maintenance, as it were, to keep you going. So obviously, if there's any injuries and it hurts, pain scaling quite high, don't even go there. But I will go through more safety stuff in a minute, but I'm going to go through the basic anatomy of the hamstrings. So these are the hammies, the hamstrings here. You've got the buttocks up here, but they link onto them. So you've got 4 of them, starting off this side, semimembranosus, next to it semitendinosus. Then you've got the bicep femoris, it's like sort of, the middle bicep femoris, is the name here, bicep femoris. And then some debate this, say this inner one here, just where these adductors, that motion coming in, they start, some say it's adductor, I'm going to call it hamstring today, the adducting hamstring, okay, the inner hamstring, the last hamstring here is gracilis. So semimembranosus, the origins and start up here, the sit bones, ischial tuberosities, okay, semimembranosus, the outer one here, it's the origins start at the sit bones here, and the insertions go down to this middle shaft here on the tibia, the shin bone there, right at the top there. Same as the semitendinosus, the muscle neck, the second one in, exactly the same here. It starts at the sit bones or origin, and again the insertion goes down to the tibial shaft here, okay, the medial, the inner, basically tibial shaft. So then you've got the middle muscle there, the bicep femoris, going to call it, okay, the third one along, basically it attaches here, the other side. So there's a bit of weaving going on here with these muscles, okay, this top of this fibula bone here, or the condyle of it at the top, but and also it goes, but again, all 3 of them go to these sit bones, okay. The only varying one at the moment is this last one, bicep femoris, comes to here. So then we've got this inner hamstring, okay. Now the origins and insertions change around, so the origin starts the other way around. It comes from here, origin, up to the inferior ramus of basically the pubic bone there, okay, the inner inferior pubic ramus there. So forget all that. Again, the actions of them, which we use, a lot, these actions will be semimembranosus. This first hamstring will flex the hip, okay, as will semitendinosus, the muscle next to it will flex the hip, okay, and also they are both extend the hip. Okay, so basically they flex the knee. Did I say hip? So basically they flex the knee, this motion, okay, they both do that, and then the hip gets extended there with both them muscles, okay, and they both medial rotate because they insert here, they pull in this way, okay, medial rotate. But that bicep femoris, that middle muscle, okay, that middle muscle inserts here, okay, so it's got the origin up here, the ischial tuberosities, but it goes out here, so it makes us, because muscles pull on bone, it will just create that lateral rotation. This inner hamstring will adduct, add in towards the body, so take us that way, okay, and it's got a few of the other motions there with it, yeah, flexing the knee as well, but again I digress there, but that's just more, if you've got basic awareness where that is, what we're going to do is just get this and go for their muscles. So we're going to come to the sit bones, what you sit on there, the ischial tuberosities, what you want to call it. So basically here, what I'd say though for alignment purposes, here, like I say, this hurts the back, don't even go there. Check with your doctor or whatever, but again, we're going to section off, do it in small motions. It's not too much instability. If you've got any back problems, you know, but anyway, even if you haven't thrown that corset, throws on what you call the transverse abdominis, the corset muscle, support our spine. But we're going to do it in little motions, modify this a little bit. Always like modifications, the Pilates modifications. So we're going to start here, sit bones, and what I would do, make these hands in line with shoulders, spread them fingers, okay? I like them back a little bit, for me that works, but a lot will say here, as long as you're not hunching your shoulders. I find that makes me hunch shoulders, so I'm going to have them back a little bit there, okay? So, one-legged, okay, you can just, I would literally section it down to 2 or 3 parts to start off with, back and forth. So if you're doing the whole thing here, nothing wrong with that. You might find, you know, it's a bit unstable and that, but you can get more focus on that area with small motion, more controls. You're not all over the show here. So here, you might want to start at the top here, where most of the origins for these muscles start. And you might want to come down to the muscle belly there. So again, the middle there, back and forth. If this is too much, there's a modification for this. You can do, this is the one leg based here, it's right angle. I'm going to show you that in a minute, but you come down to the lower portion here. You've got another load of muscles, popliteal, all sorts of muscles, but I'll go more into specific detail with massages on their muscles, but we go for the main ones here. This comes forward and back there, so, or you can do it in 2 parts, you know, if you're right to do that. But again, if you've got any sort of real severe back problems, this might help. It's a bit of a core workout, you see. So you do want to throw on that corset to support your spine. Okay, spread these fingers. I haven't got, you know, I've got the floor here, but you might want a mat, you know, some padding on there. But yeah, so obviously to modify it, if you have to do it, you know, you can just put 2 legs on there and just do the top part there, back and forth, throw on that corset, scoop out your abdominals, just rolling forward and back there. Okay, you know, you section down in 3 parts. If you're right to do the 2, do it in 2 parts, great. I'll come to the 3 I like because you can go to the middle where the muscle belly is, the bicep femoris, you know, the belly of the muscles, the peak of the muscles, and get on that middle bit there. And yeah, you can be specific. Either 2 legs is a little bit easier. You might find that stability. You might find that easier. See what suits you. You can do it to the sides to get the semi-membranosus, the outer hamstring there. Then you might want to come aligned just to get the inner hamstring. You know, section them off 2-3 parts. And you get the bicep femoris there, it's more the middle, then 2 middle hamstrings. Or you might want to just turn to the side and get that outer, sorry, that inner hamstring or adductor, whatever you want to call it, here. And forward about. I always find a base here is good, but you can do that with 2 legs as well. So you can come out here, also here, and get that outer hamstring. There's other muscles here. I'll go into that more. I'll section that off. The ITB bands down the side. A lot of runners get problems with very hard muscle, and the TFL, tensor fasciolati muscles up here. But I won't go into them at the moment. Like I say, if you want to get that outer one there, the 2 middle ones here, simplify it, or just that inner one there, or you know, you can do it on here. Section them all off 3 times, go down the legs. So you could go here, so come up there, take the feet up to the sides, straight to get them in a 2, or in towards each other. So I'm pointing my toes in that way. So yeah, like I say, it's a little bit of a core workout. So you've got a little bit of sort of weaving around there where they all insert. It's called the SG, or most of them insert SJT group, the goose foot group. So it's like, it's meant to be shaped like a goose foot. But yeah, hamstrings, sometimes hyperextension of the back, all sorts, great problems. You've got that sciatic nerve down there, goes running straight down the middle of the hamstrings, generally the size of your finger. So, like I say, it can free up a lot of different things. Could come to the glutes as well. They're important. They extend the back, all sorts. But We're doing it on the next one, and then I'll put them together. You can do them together, but good to section them off and be specific and focus on what you're doing there. What I would say also, if you want to, because you say you've done like 2 or 3 minutes on them, they're nice and warm, them hamstrings. So what you can do is you can just you can do some stretches, like basically, you know, the usual ones, Janasirasana from yoga, you know, whatever it is here, come forward there. If you want to tighten that knee, if you see that, tighten it. That's basically engaging this quad here, or these quads, should I say, these 4 muscles, quads at the front. Yeah, vastus lateralis, vastus medius and vastus intermedius, and rectus femoris. These 4 here, you can do that because if you think of it, if you're tightening this muscle here, the bicep, this muscle will relax, and vice versa. I'm tightening that muscle, this muscle will relax. So that's what we're doing here, as we tighten these quads here by pulling up the kneecap. You can relax these hamstrings in a stretch, but don't force anything. You're on support here, you can edge forward. There's lots of things you can do. I won't go into too much detail. I'd be nice and active in the foot here, rather than just letting, unless you want to go, you know, you can section these off like that, get the gracilis, like we've just done on the foam roller, but I'd be just basic on it at the moment. Just fold forward, hinge from the hips. Again, if that's too much in your back, you've got your problems there. Obviously, this, you know, really high pain scale, don't even go there. But you can get the hamstring standing up. I mean, you can come to here. This is quite important. So basically, this is the first modification here. You can do the same thing, pulling up the kneecap, to tighten this quad muscle, lengthen the back hamstrings. This leg's bent. This is where the hands want to go, on the hip. They do not want to go on this knee here. If they go on that knee, that's a horror extended knee. So here on the hips, or you can come up there and get that side hip floss. But if you feel it on the knee, don't even go there. Keep the foot flat for alignment. Okay, and you will get that side hip floss. Some people do a little bit of this, but I want to keep these stretches basic because I'm going more into the massage of the muscles. As with all massage, it helps lymph drainage towards the heart. It's when all the toxins, lactic acid, etc., up towards the heart to be replenished. Helps that venous flow. Lovely. So that's the end of the hamstring maintenance, basically. Hamstring maintenance. Keep us doing what we're doing, basically. Can be used like today. I'm using it on a recovery day. A little bit of hard week training, so I'm going to use like a nice recovery day with all these. Bang.